Hello class, and welcome to lesson 10. So this lesson is going to be fun because we get to focus on the principle of hard work, and we even get to tell a story about how we have used hard work in our own lives. And this makes for an interesting application activity, so that's why we're going to go over it here. But first, I have a quick note on the first part of our lesson material and quiz. Before we head into the principle of hard work, we're going to use some hard work by using the SQ3R study technique. This is a very good technique for getting the most out of what you read. Like it says in here, we take so much time as students reading, but if we don't retain it, what's the point? Now, the Cornell note-taking system can really help you retain that information. And this system is similar to the Cornell note-taking system, but it's designed specifically for textbooks. And this can be super helpful to you as you continue your studies. I would recommend using techniques similar to these as you even continue to read articles for this class or for your future classes. It's got really good advice here. You will then use the technique on these two Ensign articles, okay? And here it says you don't need to read the whole article for this second article. You just need to read from the beginning. Sorry, I'd already scrolled through. You need to read from the beginning and through this first principle of work, but then you can skip the second principle and skip straight to the conclusion and read the conclusion. So it's not trying to use up all your time, it's just trying to give you the opportunity to use this system. So I wanted to talk about that because I don't think the teachers in your future classes will remember that you've learned it, and they might not emphasize using it, but this can be such a big help as you move on to your math and English class and your other religion classes. So I encourage you to remember it, to hang on to it, and to actively use it so that you can get the most out of all of your reading and really understand that information. So I just wanted to bring that up, but then let's skip over to the application activity. And this is all based on the principle of work. Back in the lesson material and quiz, you will be reading these different articles. The articles that you study are about work, so you're using your study skills to learn about work while you are working hard with your study skill. That's pretty meta, huh? But yeah, after studying about work, you are going to tell your own story about how you have worked hard in your life. So it says, choose a time when you have reaped the benefits of hard work. Okay, so you are going to need to tell about the circumstances, the work you completed, and the blessings you experienced. Make sure those three elements are in your story because I will need to grade for those. I will need to be looking for those. It says again here, circumstances, work completed, and the blessings you enjoyed. Those all need to be included. Okay, but you get to choose the way that you tell your story. And this is the fun part. You can either write a story, which can be a lot of fun, or you can create a PowerPoint presentation using PowerPoint or OpenOffice presentation, or you can create a video to capture the story of your work. And in past classes, I've seen all three of these used, and they can all be a lot of fun. The point of this assignment is to help stretch yourself a little bit. So if you haven't really experimented with PowerPoint before, maybe consider doing that. If you want to experiment with creating a video, go for it. Just make sure that you read the requirements here. PowerPoint needs to be at least 5 slides and include these different elements. The video needs to be at least 2.5 minutes long and include different elements. And the story needs to be at least 2 pages in length. So there are different guidelines here. And make sure you are following them because I will need to grade on them. But mostly I'm excited for you to be creative in how you tell your story. And in the announcement that you found this video, I've included some resources to help you tell your story in the way you want to. So you will see that I've got, if you want to write, follow this URL. And this actually leads to a story from my own life about using hard work. It was a lot of fun to write. My major was in English. I teach the English class for Pathway when they don't want me to teach GS 120. So this is my favorite place to be, is writing. So I really enjoyed writing it, and I marked out for you how I included the 3 elements: describing the situation, describing the hard work I did, and the benefits that came from it. So if you want to write about it, I've got some advice here, and then I've got the example that you can look through. So that's for writing. If you want to make the PowerPoint, I've included a video just from YouTube that explains how to use PowerPoint. It's kind of like PowerPoint for beginners. It uses a slightly older version of PowerPoint, but all the principles are the same and the buttons should be in the same place. So that's another resource that I've got listed. And then if you want to make a video, I've got a few short resources here. I've got a very brief video about how to plan your thoughts out for telling your story. And then another brief video that I made that shows how to make your recording look good. Because I've seen a lot of videos where the student is telling their story and it looks kind of like this. They're like, hey, I want to tell you my story. And you're like, whoa, all I can see is your nose. So I've just got some tips there for how to help the frame look good, and it's just some really brief advice. And then this final link is just to a free video recorder. So I just wanted you to feel like all of the options were open to you. If you want to write, write. If you want to make a PowerPoint, make a PowerPoint and make it awesome. Include interesting visuals, maybe even photos of yourself doing this hard work, whatever you want to do. If you want to make a video, go for it. I even had someone make like a full-out play that she recorded of herself because she had done video in the past. That was a lot of fun, but most people just record themselves talking about their story. So don't feel pressured to do something crazy, but just enjoy yourselves and be creative. So I just wanted to walk you through those resources. I would encourage you to start on this application activity soon. Since it's a little different than our usual application activities, it might take more time to complete, especially if you get excited about it and want to have the time to make it good. So let me know if you have any questions. I would be glad to help with any of these options. Let me know what you think. I'm really excited to see your activities for this week.